Good morning, everyone. As the sun rises over the East Coast, many of us are waking up to a gray, unsettled sky, a sign that something significant is brewing just offshore. Today, we're taking a closer look at a weather phenomenon that's both fascinating and potentially dangerous. Nornenspinbam nam. Oberben, Inen den den, or Easter Deinsturm. As we head into the holiday weekend, a powerful Easter is developing along the East Coast, threatening to disrupt plans and daily routines for millions. These storms are notorious for their intensity and unpredictability, often catching communities off guard with their rapid development and far-reaching impacts. This isn't just a typical autumn rain shower. This is a slow-moving, intense storm system, bringing days of relentless wind, pounding rain, and widespread flooding. Streets can quickly become rivers, and neighborhoods that rarely see high water may find themselves inundated. The combination of heavy precipitation and strong winds can make travel hazardous and daily life challenging. Nor'easters form when frigid air from the land collides with the warmer, moisture-rich waters of the Atlantic Ocean. This clash of temperatures fuels the storm, creating a powerful system with strong northeasterly winds that can stretch for hundreds of miles. The result is a swirling mass of clouds, rain, and wind that can linger for days, affecting everything from coastal towns to inland communities. The real danger with a nor'easter lies in its persistence. Unlike fast-moving storms, these systems can stall over an area, dumping inches of rain, saturating the ground, and causing repeated coastal flooding over several tide cycles. Trees and power lines are especially vulnerable, and the risk of property damage increases with each passing hour. This event will likely disrupt travel, cause widespread power outages, and threaten life and property in low-lying and coastal areas. Emergency crews are already preparing for a busy few days, and local officials are urging everyone to take the threat seriously. Roads may become impassable, and some communities could be temporarily cut off from essential services. Now is the time to prepare. Don't wait for conditions to worsen. Secure outdoor items, check your emergency supplies, and make sure you have a plan in place for your family and pets. If you live in a flood-prone area, consider sandbagging and moving valuables to higher ground. Preparation now can make all the difference later. In the next sections, we'll break down what to expect, who's at greatest risk, and the steps you can take to stay safe. We'll also provide updates from meteorologists and emergency officials, so you have the latest information as the situation develops. Pay close attention to weather alerts and make sure your neighbors, especially the elderly or those with limited mobility, are informed and prepared. Community support is vital during events like this, and a little help can go a long way. Your safety is our top priority. Stay tuned, stay prepared, and together, we'll get through this nor'easter safely. Let's break down the three major threats that this powerful storm brings to our region. Understanding these dangers is the first step to staying safe and making informed decisions as the weather worsens. The main hazards are wind, rain, and coastal flooding, each one dangerous on its own, but together, they can create a truly hazardous situation for communities along the coast and further inland. Winds could gust up to 60 miles per hour or more, strong enough to snap tree limbs, topple entire trees, and bring down power lines across neighborhoods. Even sturdy objects can become airborne, turning into dangerous projectiles that threaten people, pets, and property. Outdoor furniture, trash bins, and loose construction materials should be secured or brought inside before the storm arrives. These intense winds will likely cause widespread power outages, especially on Sunday, leaving many homes and businesses in the dark. Power restoration could take hours or even days, depending on the extent of the damage and the ability of crews to safely access affected areas. Torrential rain will fall in heavy, relentless bands, quickly overwhelming storm drains and flooding urban and low-lying areas. Streets can become rivers in minutes, and both rivers and roads may become impassable, stranding vehicles and cutting off neighborhoods. Flash flooding is a real risk, especially where the ground is already saturated or drainage is poor. Never attempt to drive through flooded roads. Water depth and road conditions are unpredictable, and just a few inches of moving water can sweep away a car. Turn around. Don't drown. It's always safer to find an alternate route or wait until the water recedes. The timing of this storm is especially dangerous, as it coincides with king tides, the highest tides of the year. This amplifies the risk of major coastal flooding and destructive storm surge, sending waves crashing over seawalls and into coastal neighborhoods. Even areas that don't usually flood could be at risk. Back bays and tidal rivers will struggle to drain as water levels rise, worsening inland flooding and trapping water in residential areas. Floodwaters may linger long after the rain stops, increasing the risk of property damage and making cleanup more difficult. Each of these threats, wind, rain, and tides, amplifies the others, creating a dangerous, complex system that can overwhelm emergency services and put lives at risk. The combination of hazards means that conditions can change rapidly and unpredictably. Everyone in the storm's path must understand and prepare for all these risks. Take time now to secure your home, gather emergency supplies, and make a plan for your family and pets. Staying informed and ready is the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones as the storm approaches. When we talk about coastal flooding, Hurricane Sandy comes to mind for many along the East Coast. While this nor'easter isn't a hurricane, the projected storm surge in some areas could rival Sandy's water levels. Relentless winds and king tides will push water ashore over multiple high tide cycles, with little time for it to recede. For rebuilt neighborhoods, this is a real test of new defenses and a reminder of their vulnerability. The Sandy comparison isn't to cause panic, but to urge action. Take every warning and evacuation order seriously. Know your evacuation route and have essentials ready. The surge could cut off roads and isolate communities. Don't be complacent. Heed the warnings before the water rises. The Carolinas are already feeling the storm's impact. Charleston saw one of its highest tides ever, flooding dozens of roads and low-lying areas. For North Carolina's Outer Banks, this storm follows weeks of erosion and damage. Homes are already exposed to the ocean's force. Highway NC-12, the only link to the mainland, is at risk of closure from ocean overwash, potentially stranding residents. Persistent winds are eroding the coastline, threatening infrastructure and safety. For the Carolinas, the storm isn't coming. It's here. Their experience is a warning for communities to the north. The impacts are real and escalating. Take action now to protect yourself and your property. As the powerful nor'easter continues its relentless march northward, Delaware and New Jersey are now bracing for what could be some of the most severe coastal flooding seen in years. Meteorologists warn that the combination of high tides, strong winds, and heavy rainfall will create a dangerous situation for communities along the shoreline. Prolonged gusty winds are expected to funnel massive amounts of water into the Delaware Bay and along the Jersey shore, raising the risk of significant property damage and putting lives at risk. The storm surge could reach levels that overwhelm seawalls and flood barriers, threatening homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. Back bays and tidal rivers are especially vulnerable in this scenario. The slow, relentless rise of water can inundate neighborhoods, submerge roads, and cut off vital evacuation routes. In some areas, the flooding may persist for hours or even days, making rescue and relief efforts more challenging. Emergency managers across both states are mobilizing resources, preparing for road closures, and setting up possible evacuation orders along key coastal highways. First responders are on standby, ready to assist anyone who may become stranded or need urgent help. Residents are urged to stay alert, keep their mobile devices fully charged, and have emergency supplies ready. If authorities issue an evacuation order, it's crucial to leave quickly and safely. Don't wait until the last minute, as conditions can deteriorate rapidly. This is not the time for sightseeing or taking risks near the water. Beaches and coastal areas will be extremely dangerous with high surf, strong currents, and the potential for sudden flooding. Police and emergency personnel will be enforcing closures to keep everyone safe. Take time now to secure your property. Bring in outdoor furniture, board up windows if necessary, and check on neighbors, especially those who may need extra help. Make sure you know your evacuation route and have a plan to reach higher ground if needed. The next 48 hours will be absolutely critical for these vulnerable coastlines. The situation can change quickly, so monitor updates and be ready to act at a moment's notice. Stay vigilant, follow all official instructions, and prioritize your safety and the safety of your loved ones above all else. New York City and its suburbs are bracing for wind, rain, and coastal flooding. Gusts up to 60 miles per hour threaten power outages and hazards from debris and weakened trees. Low-lying areas in all 5 boroughs, especially the Rockaways and Lower Manhattan, are at risk of storm surge rivaling Sandy. The subway, tunnels, and critical infrastructure could be inundated. Long Island faces direct impact, with both shores at risk of flooding and power loss. Residents should avoid unnecessary travel, secure loose items, and prepare go bags if in flood zones. Follow emergency instructions and check on neighbors. The city must be alert and ready for rapid changes. Stay informed and prioritize safety. Beyond wind, rain, and surge, hidden dangers abound. Power outages may last days, no heat, refrigeration, or device charging. Never drive through flooded roads, even shallow water can be deadly. After the storm, avoid beaches and floodwaters, which may be contaminated and unstable. Watch for downed power lines, hidden in debris or water. Never use generators, grills, or stoves indoors. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. Operate generators only outside, away from windows and doors. Ensure carbon monoxide detectors are working with fresh batteries. Stay cautious during and after the storm. Preparation is essential. Here's what to do now. Secure or bring inside anything the wind could toss. Furniture, grills, plants, and trash cans. Clear gutters and drains to help prevent flooding. Assemble a disaster kit, water, food, flashlight, batteries, first aid medications, and a battery-powered radio. Charge all devices and have cash on hand. Set a family communication plan and know your evacuation zone and route. Designate meeting places in case you're separated. If told to evacuate, do so immediately. Leaving early is safest. Your efforts now will make a real difference in your safety. As the nor'easter moves up the coast, stay informed and connected. Monitor local news, NOAA weather radio, and official social media for updates. Check on vulnerable neighbors and help them prepare. Don't put yourself or first responders at risk. Avoid beaches, jetties, and flooded roads. Every safe choice helps emergency crews focus on critical needs. We'll keep you updated as the situation evolves. The next 48 hours will be challenging. Preparation and caution are key. Heed warnings, follow officials' advice, and put safety first. Together we can weather this storm. Stay safe, everyone.